Am I the a-hole for defending my stepmom? A bit of backstory first. I, 15 years old, have parents divorced a long time ago. My dad remarried 5 years ago to my stepmom. We'll call her S. When they first started dating, our relationship was tense. I was a little kid and obviously was still dreaming about my parents getting back together and having a whole family. She was insanely jealous of my sister and I, and for a few years I hated her. But lately, she's been involving quite a lot. She apologized for her past behavior, became extremely supportive towards me and my sister, and we started growing closer. And I'm realizing she's not a bad person. She's just trying to fit in a complicated family. S is 7 months pregnant with my baby brother. I'm so excited. I have helped her build a nursery and she let me and my sister pick the name. Now here where the issue is. We are on vacation at my dad's family house. His mom is pretty conservative, and she's the kind of person who expects you to do everything when you're her guest. Now, I have nothing against helping her out. It seems normal. However, I don't like the way she barks orders at us, as if we weren't on vacation too. But she's my grandma, so to me, it's whatever. I'm used to her BS. I'm used to her BS. S is not. She was shocked when my grandma yelled at her because it was 10 a.m. and she has not cleaned the kitchen. Dad sided with his mom, and I told him he shouldn't expect this from his pregnant wife to be his mom's slave. We're here for a week, and I don't think it's a bad deal if the kitchen wasn't cleaned before 10. We were not expecting anyone. Dad got mad at me and said it's not time to defend my stepmom, especially since I've never did before. I answered saying that I'll defend anyone that his mom treats like a dog shit. Now my family's calling me TA for siding with S. So Reddit, am I the a-hole?
Maintain an argument, you should always be loyal to your values, i.e. what's right, and the facts above everything else. Your grandmother sounds like a selfish, abusive How dare she treat a pregnant woman like this? How dare your dad let his mom treat his wife like this? You might be looking at one reason your mom left him. Your dad is also an Why didn't he clean the kitchen? My parents' divorce was caused by a lot of different reasons, but my dad being completely overwhelmed by his parents' authority is a big part of it. Wow. Your dad could learn a thing or two from you, Maybe talk to him after you are back home about his mother's behavior, but try to keep the conversation on an even keel. You are definitely NTA. Thanks, I'm reassured by these comments. I don't want my dad to think I'm being disrespectful on purpose, but Jesus, it's his wife, I'm not the one who should be defending her in the first place. Thanks for your kindness and advice. I'd like to add I did not swear at my grandma or my dad, I just said that it was unfair IMO. I have had this conversation with my dad many times, he just won't budge. I can't fix the traumas that led him to behave this way, so I'm just trying my best to make things easier for S and the baby she's carrying. Again, thank you for your kind words, and have a good day. I'd like to suggest the next time a vacation is being planned for your grandmother's home, you talk with S and arrange for you, your siblings, and S stay home. There is no reason any of you need to suffer due to his inability to be an adult and stand up for the family he created. He can simply go on his own. Thanks. And about the life thing, I'm obviously very young and not done with life, but I really appreciate that even a stranger on the internet could recognize that I've been through a lot. But it's okay, one day at a time. Again, thanks for your kindness. It's not your job to fix your dad. Parents are supposed to take care of their children, not the other way around. When you get home, I would calmly talk to him about not vacationing with grandma again. Her behavior is a bad influence on you and will be on your little brother or sister. If he gets upset, just calmly say you're upset and this will not be a healthy discussion, then walk away and try again later. Maybe enlist your stepmom to talk to him separately so you're not ganging up on him, only talking to him together if you cannot get through to him separately. Dad's a victim of his mom too, even though he's the a-hole for not nutting up to defend his very pregnant wife. My parents' divorce was caused by a lot of different reasons, but my dad being completely overwhelmed by his parents' authority is a big part of it. Does S know this? If not, I'd tell her. She knows, sadly. It's not the first time it goes like this. My dad has a complicated relationship with his parents and it's impossible to reason with him when it's about them. S knows this and she's as tired of it as us all. My Mill tells a story about how her mom and my Phil's mom came to stay and help out after my Mill had her first baby. At 5 p.m. the day my Mill came home from the hospital, the moms began shouting to her from the living room, asking when dinner would be ready. My Phil marched into the living room and told them both that if they wanted food, they knew where the kitchen was, that my Mill would not be touching a dish for the next month, and that if they weren't on board with it they should leave now. Luckily my Mill says that put them in their places, and they were actually helpful for the rest of their stay. No, your dad is a big asshole, and your grandmother is a terrible and disgusting person. Who on earth makes guests work? If I invite you to my house I expect you to sit down and enjoy yourself, otherwise I wouldn't welcome you to my house. And I repeat, your dad is a tremendous asshole, and pretty sure he's still a mommy's boy. My advice is you don't give a f and do and say what you think. Never shut up and let them step over you. See, I feel the same. If I'm inviting someone I'm making sure they feel like a guest. Every time I go to my grandma, it feels like I'm being punished for being here in the first place. NTA Sometimes it takes another person to point out how incredibly unhealthy someone is being. Your dad has been in this pattern too long with his mom to even see it anymore. Good for you, go standing up for your stepmom. NTA Your old ass granny is just mad S is still able to get pregnant. Also sounds like Shess a shit hostess. If anyone spoke to anyone else, let alone a pregnant woman in her house that way, my grandma would knock you senseless, her words. Hope S lets your dad know he's a chicken shit. And it doesn't matter what your relationship with someone is, doing the right thing is doing the right thing. Standing up for your stepmom was the right thing. You must get your backbone from your mother's side of the family though, because your dad doesn't have one.